All right, so the Royals are back at the K tomorrow for Game 2 in their series against Oakland. Yesterday's game, home opener, may have left you feeling a little down, but not when it comes to good tailgating. Jonathan Kelly is here from Fireplace and Bar-B-Q Center, and he's got the essential things you need to make any tailgate great despite the score.
Exactly.
Right? We don't worry about that. We worry about the tailgating part of it. So when it comes to tailgating, what are the best options? What should we really be going for?
You know, I think I'd really prefer to do something with charcoal, because charcoal is just a lot cleaner. You're not lugging around these propane tanks in the back of your car, you know, and running the risk of propane spewing all over the place and everything.
And ends up looking like Fast and the Furious.
There you go. Right. That's right. I think that's where they got some of their ideas. So the Big Green Egg over here, this is one of the smallest Big Green Eggs you can get, but it's a tailgate model. Now it weighs 90 pounds. Wow. So it's still, you're going to get your workout with it. But you can cook with charcoal on it, and you don't have to worry about, 30-degree temperature, 30-mile-per-hour wind, and your charcoal grill not heating up or not staying hot enough. That will certainly solve that problem because it's so well insulated. It doesn't matter how windy it is outside.
You were talking about that it can be really a cold, blustery day, and this still will cook things up like
90 pounds of ceramic, it doesn't care what the outside temperature is at all. So it's super, super good. And you get the most flavor out of the charcoal as well.
Those have really been coming along. I mean, I think that I first saw it when you brought in a great big one.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just an amazing thing.
Yeah, they make 300-pound ones now. So
that's really something. So let's say somebody doesn't want to go the charcoal route. Let's say they are going to stick with the propane.
And so most people will do propane because it's just, in their eyes, it's more convenient. They've got a dial that they can control the temperature with. Right. If you're going to do a propane one, you really need to invest in a really good one as well, because you'll get out there and the wind will keep blowing the grill out, and your brats aren't cooking. It just you're relighting it, every couple of minutes or so. The grills that we carry, Broil King, are Canadian engineered grills. They're actually made in Tennessee or Indiana anymore, but they're made for the Canadian marketplace. This thing can hit 600 degrees.
Really?
It can hit 600 degrees, so it doesn't matter. And it actually has legs on it, or feet, that'll raise it up, where you can kind of port it around like this as well. But this will get hot enough. The downside of doing the propane, though, is now you've got to bring a propane tank. Right. So you got to watch out for the safety issue. This one does actually have the ability to feed off that big 20-pound tank that you have in your backyard. Right. A lot of the propane ones you'll see that you tailgate with are using little screw-in canisters that may last 1 hour. Really? And then you're done. And then you're done. So unless you have a whole bunch of these like grenades sitting in the back of your truck, which is dangerous anyway. Right. Here's all my propane tanks. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Right. So it's really, you got two great choices here, whether you're going charcoal or propane. What about the other stuff we should have for a good tailgate? And then if you're going to go with the propane route, you're going to lose some flavor. So then a way to go in there is to take these tubes like this. You fill them up with wood pellets, like this. This is hickory, I think. So, so then you can get actually that charcoal flavor back into your gas grill over here on that. So that way you kind of supplement that flavor a little bit. So you have some nice accessories. There are a lot of things that you can take out there. Where do I put my tongs? Where do I put my flipper? Do I throw it on the concrete? Do I set it on top of my car? Don't put it around all those propane tanks. Right, there you go. That's perfect. And then, but this right here, you can just wrap up when you're done, throw it in the dishwasher, and you're completely done on that. So that's really nice. And there's all kinds of accessories. You can do your vegetables. I was going to ask you about this. What is this contraption over here? Well, Jill and I were laughing about, did you ever feel like you needed an ice chest that could last for 10 days? You know when you're out in the Yukon or something like that, I guess. Right. But there's a big market for these right now. It's crazy how much they've gotten into it. I do think the nice thing about these is that if you go tailgating and you leave all those bratwursts in there because you didn't quite cook all of them because your grill went out or something like that on you, couldn't cook them all. At least this, when I unloaded my ice chest and I put it in my garage, and like 3 days later I remember, I was like, oh crap, those bratwursts. And you go out there, well, at least with this, you've got about 10 days where you can actually keep using those bratwursts. And the other thing too, we were talking about this, if you're tailgating for baseball, you've got game after game after game. You could just leave everything. Absolutely. Game after game for that. Absolutely. 10 days. So many great ideas. We thank you so much for them. You can find Fireplace and Bar-B-Q Center just off Metcalf, 104th and Metcalf, somewhere in there. In Overland Park. So go there and check out all these great things. You can also look online at fireplacecenterkc.com. A lot of great ideas as we're getting into the barbecue season, although around here it's always barbecue season. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Always fascinating. And we're going to have a link on our website later today, too.